Ladies and gentlemen, after a week off for some personal stuff, we are back breaking down any news we missed. Luckily, there's not a lot going on right now in the world of college football. Dan Orlovsky is upset that people are upset with him. You got rugby players coming to college football, and we are doing our last bracket of the season. We figured y'all missed one last week, even though it's no longer March. We'll give you one. And yeah, we're bracketing live animal mascots. I'm very excited about this. This is a topic I'm very passionate about. So let's get into the shenanigans. They're eating the dogs, Kieran, in Tuscaloosa.
They're eating the
dogs.
dogs.
You know that?
They were
They're
eating
the dogs.
Oh, a meth raccoon.
Yeah.
Just awful. There is nothing good about this. It's the worst possible scenario for the CFP, for the national championship.
Notre Dame is a mid-program with really good marketing.
And the Michigan players are going to look at that, and anybody who's committing to Michigan in the next years will just go, I want to beat them even more. Like, I wanted to beat them when I first came to the school. Recruits are going to see this.
You have, as some fans have put it, a mascot flashing their pop tussie out.
Oh, God, that's going to be part of our intro next year. Oh, shit.
How are you doing, Kieran?
I'm doing well, man. How are you?
I'm good. I got a new camera a couple weeks ago, and I'm still getting kind of used to it. So that's why I was very close to it for a little bit. It's very much more zoomed in than I'm used to. But Kieran, I had an idea this week, by the way. Do you want to get into the movie making business with me?
Sure, but why?
So it's two interns at a football program.
Okay.
And their coach, who has a really bad fake Southern accent, sends them up into scaffolding, or a scissor lift probably would be a little better, to film practice. But the weather's really bad, and it goes down. Now, the kids survive. One of them horribly injured. Not horribly, but injured. The other one pretty much fine. Perfectly fine. And a lot of the movie is dealing with kind of the mental anguish that the one who's fine is going through and their struggle working through that. But then at the end, it's a plot twist. The one who's fine actually died, and it was the other ones dealing with their survivor's guilt. And I think it's a great movie, and it would, of course, be called Scissor Lift, the Brian Kelly story.
I mean... Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
If anyone watched, who should we get to play Brian Kelly? Not Brian Kelly. Kelly Bryan will be the coach. I don't get sued.
Yeah. Who do we get to play Brian Kelly?
Kelly Bryan.
Kelly Bryan? William Shatner.
I think he could pull it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. If anyone wants to be in this, casting is now open, I guess.
Any movie studios, hit us up if you like the idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
No studio would ever let us make this because they go, we will be sued by Brian Kelly and Notre Dame, and we don't want to deal with that. But of course, Marcus Freeman would have to be in the movie, and he would be like the good guy in the movie, like the supportive one.
Yeah. Who plays Marcus Freeman then?
Sterling K. Brown.
Oh, good choice.
I think he could do really well with that role.
Yeah, that is a good one. All right. Movie made. Like, why are we doing this? Let's just make that.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Kieran, how you doing? How are you doing with our week off?
I was good. Quick refresher is what it was.
That's true. We have to get these out of the way in the off season so that we can kind of, although we always have like one of us has something 1 week during the season, and then a couple weeks later the other one has something.
Mm-hmm.
So we do get a break in the season, but it's always good. Make sure we're not taking too many mid-season breaks.
Mm-hmm. Certainly.
But it's draft season, Kieran. The draft's this month. It's less than a month away. And Dan Orlovsky is in the news For arguing that Fernando Mendoza is not the best quarterback in this draft. He is, of course, saying it's Ty Simpson, saying that he played in bigger games, and arguing Fernando Mendoza did not play in any big games, asking what has he played in. Kieran, what were your thoughts on Dan Orlovsky's comments regarding Fernando Mendoza?
I assume just temporary insanity. I don't have any more than that. I mean, if drugs or alcohol was involved, some hallucinogenic that was clearly altering his mental state to a degree that was so horrendous that it was unfortunate that he had to be on the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah, and this is an intervention. We're here to help Dan get the help he needs.
Yeah.
I'm sure it had nothing to do with the fact that Ty Simpson and Dan Orlovsky share an agent.
There you go.
Nothing to do with that. Nobody in the media does that. They don't ever hype up their friends' clients.
Oh,
like Mel Kiper would never do such a thing.
No. Why would he?
And look, if you want to have a discussion about early season stats comparing Mendoza to Ty Simpson, I think that is a conversation to be had. Ty Simpson did get banged up and sort of declined as the season went on, partially because of the accumulation of injuries. I'm sure Fernando Mendoza also had some things, though, going on because it's football. You get hurt. But, yeah, it's not a good look. And then posting the whine on it's free to be kind thing after he was getting obliterated online. Dan, you gave a shitty take. People are going to go at you for it. You don't need to act like you're a victim.
Yeah. And also in no reality is anybody that watches even a little bit of college football going, you know who did really well this year? Ty Simpson. But you know who did even worse? Fernando Mendoza. Because here's just right off the bat, right? Fernando Mendoza had slightly less passing yards, and that was arguably the only thing, but everything else he was ahead of Ty Simpson. He was first in touchdowns with 41, and he was the best QBR at 90.3, excuse me, for the year. Like, he was objectively better. And also, he did this thing that won the national championship. Ty Simpson didn't. Like, I don't know what more of an argument you need.
Yeah, no. And two things you didn't mention also, Fernando Mendoza on the ground was a better rusher, 295 and 7 touchdowns versus 30 and I think like 2 rushing touchdowns maybe for Ty Simpson. But again, Ty Simpson was seriously banged up, if you want to have that discussion. But to say Fernando Mendoza did not play in any big games, to say that Ty Simpson is the clear-cut best quarterback and no one's talking about it is insane. And I'm an Alabama guy. I have the flag behind me in every show for a reason. I do like Ty Simpson. I thought he was frustrating at times, but he was also hurt. But no, it's a bad take, and Dan just needs to accept that he gave a really bad take. Not everyone's just out to get you, to be mean. Also, it's free to be kind. It's also free to be an asshole and call people out for dumb takes, and it's way more fun to do that. So I'm going to keep doing that, Dan. You're going to keep collecting a paycheck to suck at your job and give bad analysis, just like you were given a paycheck in the NFL to run out of the back of the end zone. So we'll just keep doing our own things, and then you'll cry about it on Facebook.
And here's a surefire way that you can tell which quarterback is better, right? And it's nothing to do with statistics, and it's actually nothing to do with sport, really. But if you look up Ty Simpson and then follow that up with a new tab and look up Fernando Mendoza, you know what the first link is for both of those? For Ty Simpson, it's the ESPN statistics. Fair enough. But you know what it is for Fernando Mendoza? A whole Wikipedia article. And if that isn't the sign of a great man, I don't know what is.
Yeah, when you get the Wikipedia article first, you've made it.
You've made it.
I didn't think about that, Kieran. You're right. I think that's how we're going to judge all these players going forward.
Yeah. Do you have a Wikipedia article written about you? No, we can forget you in the draft.
That's our goal, Kieran, and get a Wikipedia article about this show. But while we're on the topic of judging people, a judge has made a ruling in the Trinidad Chambliss case that is ongoing, and he has struck down the NCAA appeal, setting the stage for Trinidad Chambliss to play in 2026. This is unnecessary.
Yeah.
It really, and I might be doing a complete 180 from a couple weeks ago, but we really need to say enough is enough at some point.
Yes, we really do. It's getting to the point of ridiculousness. It's just nobody can understand anything anymore, and nothing means anything anymore. Like 4 years of college, 5 if you're a red shirt or a medical or whatever, and now it's just 8, 9, 10 years, whatever you want to do, because you're getting paid, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, it's insane. And I think the question, though, is Ole Miss going to make another run, or was that lightning in a bottle, Lane abandoned us, we have a chip on our shoulder, let's keep going? I lean more that direction.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be I'm a Pete Golding hater, but I don't know if I don't even want to say he's a good enough coach, but I do kind of want to say a good enough coach, a good enough X's and O's guy at least,
Mm-hmm.
to go through a whole season, get to the playoffs, and then go on that run, because he's clearly a good people person.
Mm-hmm.
Team rallied. They loved him. They wanted him to be their coach. And I think that's good for a stretch of games. I don't know if it's good enough for a whole season of games.
Yeah, of course it'll remain to be seen and all that jazz. But, to Ole Miss's credit, having your star quarterback come back for an extra year is huge. Whether that offsets the losses that they have in the draft or whatever, that they age out of college, they get drafted, whatever the case may be, remains to be seen, because obviously, the quarterback is a big part, don't get me wrong, but you still need the elements around it. He can't do it all himself.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think, though, we can all agree Lane's a bitch for recalling all his coaches from Ole Miss right before the game.
Yeah, definitely.
So even though I'm a Pete Golding hater because I disagree with his calls at Alabama's defensive coordinator at times, I am going to be rooting for him because he was kind of given a raw deal by his former boss, and he seems like a good guy. So
it's okay if he's making terrible calls on another team that isn't Alabama. How about that?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Especially if it's in the SEC.
Perfect.
But sticking around the SEC, Kieran.
Yes.
This is a little bit more your neck of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Neff Giwa, an Irish rugby player with no football experience, has committed to South Carolina. He is a 6'7" offensive lineman with multiple power offers. And he's a freak of nature, Kieran.
He is. He's a big dude.
Thoughts on the rugby player turned college football? The kid's got to be a star. Doesn't matter how well he does.
I don't know about that. Don't get me wrong. Having the height and the 7'2" wingspan, as it's claimed, is huge. A 4.88 40-yard dash for an offensive lineman, huge. Don't get me wrong. He is a very physically able person to do it. The only thing is, there have been conversions from rugby to American football. They don't all go as planned. The most recent one is, of course, Jordan Mailata with the Philadelphia Eagles, who played rugby league. I believe Neff Giwa played rugby union, which is slightly different. There's a little bit more running, in rugby league, but I'm not going to discount one particular aspect of rugby. I'm always hesitant of rugby players transitioning to football, because yes, it's possible, but the skills, the speed and your your bench press are your, they're just attributes. They don't transfer into actual skills. The skills are not huge unless you're kicking a ball. Right? So I'm going to be, optimistic, but, glass half full. Not, I'm not until I see otherwise, obviously. I don't know how he's going to do. Hope he does well, but we'll see.
Yeah, I hope he does well. I don't think it matters how he does. I think in the modern NIL era, he's going to be a star. He's going to make a bunch of money. First NIL deal, O'Charlie's. Chain restaurant, predominantly in the South, I believe. Make a bunch of money that. It's fake Irish, and it's very similar, or it's owned by the same company that owns the 99 for people in the Northeast who know that. So I think that's a slam dunk NIL deal. I do think it's interesting. It seems to be a slight swing back to what we're used to for the longest time. Rugby players became offensive linemen, sometimes a safety, shout out Nate Ebner, and sometimes a running back. Then, partially with Australian rules football and Australian rugby players, they became more kickers and punters. And now we're seeing an offensive lineman again. It's nice to see. It's bringing it back to what our childhood was. But yeah, so I'll be interesting to see how he does. And, this is just South Carolina fans are going to act like the fact that they got a guy who never played rugby or never played football before is going to make them a national title contender, because South Carolina fans are all delusional.
Fair enough.
Just the worst. But staying in the South for the most part, this is a very SEC South heavy episode. Gus Malzahn has retired earlier in the offseason, but he is sticking around the world of college football by joining the College Football Playoff Committee. Kieran, what are your thoughts on Gus joining the committee, but also overall the kind of people they have on these committees?
I'm glad you said that, because while I have no issue with a former college football coach joining the selection committee, I think there should be a stipulation, minimum 5 years out. Minimum 5 years before you can join, because at the very minimum, the guys that you may or may not have recruited would have gone through their time in college and have gotten out because of that extra year, red shirt or medical or whatever. That being said, I'm okay with college football coaches, former coaches doing it. I still don't think AD should have any part of the college selection committee. Zero. Because they absolutely, in no uncertain terms, have biases. And it's ridiculous that that is even a consideration.
I don't disagree with you. I do think you want people who know the sport, know the world of college football, making these calls. But a lot of them, are going to have this bias. Looking at Gus Malzahn, he's most famously associated with Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say best case scenario, in general, he's going to be very heavily SEC biased.
Yep.
With Florida bias as well, with his UCF days. And then, worst case scenario, he's going to screw over Alabama every chance he gets. Now, I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying I think Gus Malzahn's that kind of person, but that is worst case scenario. But if you're going to have active athletic directors on these committees, I have zero issues with Gus Malzahn being on it.
Oh, in comparison, it looks like a saving grace with Gus Malzahn being on it. But here's the thing that drove me insane about this article that CBS Sports posted. Hunter Yurachek, the Arkansas AD, is the selection committee chair. So you're telling me that the people who are selecting, or the person rather, who is selecting the people on the committee is an active AD, and he sits on the committee as well. That is rife for abuse. That is rife for abuse. And I know we look, don't get me wrong. The whole Miami Notre Dame thing, that any reasonable college football fan understands that Miami's getting in over Notre Dame. But if it weren't those two teams and it was some SEC school, say either Gus Malzahn's old stomping grounds or, Arkansas, God forbid they have a good year, that's absolutely a conflict of interest.
I was going to say the fact it's Arkansas's AD actually makes me feel a little better about it.
Okay.
Like, look, if it was, there's so many people who I would 100% be like, no, don't. Okay. Any school that is like top 20, no, their athletic directors should not be in the rankings. I think every year, the committee ranks 1 to 136. Whoever was 136th last year, your AD is the committee chair. Because nobody will care about you. So you could have the inside look at what's going on in the sport. But if no one's going to go, hey, UMass athletic director, who should we put in? The Minutemen. Oh, nobody's going to listen to you. You can't do that. And the fact that he's in the MAC, you can't listen to that either. He's not going to go, oh, the MAC champion should be the number 1 overall seed. So you're going to have bad conferences, bad teams and bad conferences. It's the most ethical way to go about it.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to do it. Certainly.
Or just retired athletic directors, but like 20 years retired.
Yeah.
So they don't know what's going on in the world of college football currently. Mm-hmm. And they ask, hey, who should the number 1 seed? Nebraska. Just because it'd be hilarious.
Yeah. All right, Gramps, time to take your dementia medication.
Exactly. It'd be so funny.
Just one. Yeah.
We'd have the greatest brackets of all time.
Yeah, honestly.
Like 4 years ago, it would have been like Nebraska, Miami, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And Colorado as like the top 4.
Yeah. And Kansas State as a late 5 seed.
That would have been awesome.
Just to touch on this a little bit further with the selection committee and everything, it's like further down the article, it's like much of the off-season noise pertaining to the future of college football centers around the idea of further expansion, perhaps 16 or 2014 bracket. And I'm like, at this point, it's just December Madness, or it's March Madness with a different name. Like, stop, please, for the love of God, stop.
It's March Madness with a different name. It's you get CTE, everyone gets CTE. CTE, yeah. If you go to 24 games in the college football playoffs, we won't need a 20-year retired athletic director to be the committee chair. Just get the winning quarterback from the year before. The results will be the same.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so dumb. But, Kieran, are you ready for our big topic?
Of course.
That I'm so passionate about. It is, of course, the live mascots bracket. Now, Kieran, this time we actually did it with regions.
Right.
We have the Legends region, which is Bevo, Mike the Tiger, Bill the Goat, and Chief Oescala and Renegade. I know I butchered that name, and I apologize to Florida State and the Seminole Tribe. Then you have the miscellaneous one. Initially, it was going to be Dangerous, then Jungle. I wasn't sure. It's mainly Dangerous, but then also a Falcon. Peruna, of course, our favorite murder pony. Ralphie, the Buffalo from Colorado. Tusk from Arkansas, and Nova from Air Force. Then you have the dog bracket with UGA, Smokey, Reveille, and Dubs from Washington. Then the human and human adjacent, you have Traveler from USC, Willie the Wildcat, which is just a dude with a cat head on, Notre Dame Leprechaun, and the West Virginia Mountaineer. So, Kenan, we're going to jump right into the Legends.
All right.
Bevo versus Mike the Tiger. Where are we landing on this one?
Bevo has made a recent celebrity appearance on that insurance commercial. Was it Progressive? Allstate, yeah.
Progressive?
Yeah, it's one of those. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So I'm going to go celebrity endorsement wins this round. Give me Bevo.
I was also going to go Bevo for a
Okay.
different reason, though.
Okay, go on.
Mike, and I understand why. Mike is in a cage at all times. Bevo is there at the games. Bevo almost killed Uga a few years ago.
That's right. Yeah.
So horns up, we're going to go with Bevo. Different thought process, but we got there in the end. Then our next two legends. These are legends for different reasons. Bill the Goat is just awesome. He has been stolen many times. In 1968, Bill the Goat died due to pesticide being sprayed too close to him and then eating the grass.
Ugh.
And then in 1971, the same thing happened. They did not learn their lesson. For people who are curious why Bill is here and the Army Mules are not, the Army Mules are a mascot for the entire Army, and Bill is just for the Naval Academy. So Bill got the nod. But also we needed Naval Academy representation because we don't talk about them much. So we have two of them. And then Renegade and Chief. I feel bad butchering the name again. So we're just going to call this mascot Renegade, riding into the stadium, throwing the flaming spear onto the grass. Kieran, who advances, Bill or Renegade?
As much, kind of support the troops we do on this podcast, I'm gonna have to give it to Renegade. It's a cool entrance. It's whatever you want to call it, whether it be an homage to the Seminole tribe or whatever, but I think it's very cool.
I will say Florida State does work closely with the Seminole tribe to make sure this is done respectfully.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I agree. I think also iconic.
Yeah, it is very
is
iconic.
Really the way to look at it. All right, moving on to miscellaneous. Peruna the murder pony versus Ralphie. I'm going to vote for Peruna every time. I love him. But if you feel strongly about Ralphie, we can have an argument.
I don't really know because we did vote Peruna pretty far in the last bracket, and that shouldn't discount this one because it is a separate competition. I do find it very, very cool that it is a bison, a full. Well, I think it's an adolescent bison because a full one would trample over everything. But I'm gonna have to go back to Peruna as well. It's tough being the single most deadly thing on a football field.
It is, and it's if you felt strongly about Ralphie, I was going to point out that Peruna has killed and will kill again.
Look at that face.
He has a bloodlust that will not be satisfied. Moving on to Tusk versus Nova. Now, when I see Tusk, all I can think of is I don't need an AR-15. Have you ever seen 30 to 50 feral hogs in your backyard? But Nova's kind of cool. Nova's also, I think, the newest addition to this. Nova did not come about until 2020.
Oh, wow.
But, yeah, relatively new. But the picture announcing her also is cool. It's not great to see on this bracket, but on the football with the helmets is awesome. But, Kieran, what do you think? I'm leaning Tusk, personally.
Yeah, I gotta give it to Tusk because it's if Nova was around longer, I might give it to Nova, but the fact that I don't know, Tusk the feral hog is just tougher. I
also feel like there's a few bird mascots already.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's a lot of pig/hog mascots.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe we'll revisit this topic in 15 years time and maybe Nova will win that time.
That's true. Also, I didn't want to Tusk as a baby is adorable, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. This is Tusk 5. After I pull it up real quick. Because I got to switch the screen. This is a very visual heavy one, by the way. Yeah. So
Oh, come on. That's adorable.
Now they're up to Tusk 7. This is Tusk 5.
Still cute.
But so cute, right?
Imagine that becomes that raging monster that that will absolutely mess you up. And that's a general safety statement. Do not mess with the boar like that. It will kill you.
Like this
becomes
to this.
Yes, it's wild.
Also, I have this is not the picture I would because that'd be unfair. But Dubs as a puppy.
That would win all of it.
It's every time.
Yeah, for the people listening on the podcast, it is the most adorable Siberian Husky.
Yeah. If you're listening on the podcast, also check out the YouTube so you can actually see what we're looking at. But back to the bracket. So we're going with Tusk.
We should point out that Nova is a peregrine falcon, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
So I probably could have pulled up a picture of Nova. It's a better picture zoomed in, but I don't think it would have helped. All right. Uga versus Smokey. In the words of Lee Corso, that dog is ugly. I'm going with Smokey, the blue tick coon hound. I feel gross picking something Tennessee, but Smokey is so cute.
That's a really good point. I don't want to say I have a soft spot for bulldogs, but like they are kind of ubiquitous with Georgia. So like I don't know. I'm 50-50 on this. You can take the reins if you think Smokey deserves it.
You have a soft spot for bulldogs?
Yeah.
It's not very Irish of you.
Well, okay. Not in that context.
Also, my sister's dog is a coonhound, so I have a soft spot for coonhounds. They're so cute. All right, Reveille and Dubs. I will point out, Reveille 10 only has one eye.
So it makes it even more adorable.
Yes.
Okay.
This picture is with I think it's Reveille 9 with both eyes because I thought it would be unfair. Also, it's the idea of all of them, not just the current one.
I'm going to give it to Reveille. I think, oh, yes, you disagree?
I disagree.
Oh, no, they're so much cuter.
I love Huskies.
No, that's understandable, but okay, so now we have to go to the schools. Who do we hate more? And why is it Texas A&M?
I hate Texas A&M, and that's I think part of it. Now, Kieran, I will give it up to Reveille because in the Corps of Cadets or the Cadet Corps, whatever they call it, Reveille is the highest rank.
Oh, come
their
on.
General. So if a student like gets up out of their chair, and Reveille gets into it and curls up for a nap, they can't move it. They have to go somewhere else. If the student wants to go take a nap in their bed and Reveille's sleeping there, too bad. You're going somewhere else. You can't move the dog. She's a higher rank than you.
Yes. And fun fact for the reason that is because in the military, the dogs, like in the canine units, they're always higher ranked than their handlers to prevent animal abuse. Because
my wife said that.
Yeah, you can't like the object is like you shouldn't be assaulting somebody of higher rank than you, so that's why all dogs are ranked higher than their handlers.
Not that you shouldn't be assaulting a dog anyway.
No, you shouldn't, but I'm just saying that was the original reason.
My first thought, I was like, well, I don't think these students are abusing the dogs. The dogs probably live better than the students do.
No, they do. They do.
Like I was thinking specifically from a school standpoint, not a military overall standpoint. I forgot Texas A&M is a fake military academy.
You tell them that.
If we get a Texas A&M person on, if we allow one of those on here, I'll tell it to their face.
And not the dog, just to be clear.
No, Reveille's welcome on this program whenever she wants to come on. She'd be an honored guest.
Of course.
She's so cute.
She is.
So is Dubs, though. Like, they're both horrible.
Yeah,
the dogs bracket is the worst one because all of them were like thinking, but like this aspect, this. The dog's like, this one's cute, but so is this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Except Ugga. Ugga is disgusting. Like, I'm sorry. That dog, it cannot live a good life. It cannot breathe right. It looks like something you'd see in Walmart at 2 a.m. on a mobility scooter.
Oh, jeez. Oh, goodness.
Have you ever been at an Alabama Walmart at 2 a.m., Kieran?
No, of course I haven't.
Scariest shit in my life.
It's just dodging gunfire.
Well, all right. So we went. I was hanging out with a buddy. It was like, I think our freshman year. I was hanging out with a buddy of mine, and these two girls texted us, and they're like, hey, like, we got to go to Walmart. You want to come with us? We're like, yeah, it probably makes sense not going out by yourself at 2 a.m. And we're standing in the line. They got what they needed. We were just checking out. My buddy's from like one town over from where I grew up, and this big dude turns the corner to our register, screams, "Man, F y'all," and storms away. I thought my friend was gonna shit himself. He was so scared. Understandably.
That's
but
hilarious.
Yeah, so Walmart at like 2-3 a.m. in Alabama. Not a great time. Moving on to human and human adjacent. Traveler versus Willie the Wildcat. Traveler and Renegade were it was deciding which one was going into iconic, which one was going towards human/human adjacent. I think Renegade was more iconic, so Traveler is in this bracket. But Kieran, which one is more iconic? Or which one is better? Which mascot do you like more?
So they're both iconic because Willie the Wildcat is objectively the cringiest thing you've ever seen in your entire life. But if we're going for a better mascot, it is Traveler.
I do think it is Traveler, but Willie the Wildcat just makes me laugh. It's so low effort.
Yes. It is ridiculous to be like, yeah, let's just put this anthropomorphic smiling cat on top of a dude in shoulder pads.
The more we talk about it, the more we talk about it, the more I think Willie moves on.
No, surely not.
That's fine. I just want to keep punishing USC for joining the Big Ten.
Okay, you make a good point, but in terms of mascots, it's still got to be Traveler.
That's fair. All right. The Notre Dame Leprechaun versus the West Virginia Mountaineer. Now, Kieran, the Leprechaun for Notre Dame is a more well-known mascot.
Fair.
Are we putting the Leprechaun in the next round?
Yes. And that's
because my little move.
Yeah, it's not to say that the Mountaineer doesn't deserve it. It's that it's just more well known. Sorry, West Virginia.
That's true. I'm not going to argue against that too much because of my little movie thing at the beginning. So I owe Notre Dame an apology. All right. Bevo versus Renegade, Kieran.
I've got to go with Pageantry again. Renegade is just far too cool, far too cinematic to ever lose to Bevo.
I was firmly in Bevo camp to start, but college football is all about the pageantry. I think you've changed my mind.
Yeah.
It's
one of those things. It's like don't get us wrong. Like Bevo, running around on the football field or whatever they do before the game is cool. It's objectively a cool thing. But when you've got that, white horse with, black spots and the flaming, what is it, spear, I think?
Spear, yeah.
Yeah, flaming spear. It's just so cool.
Yeah. Nope, you are 100% correct. I probably could have done the brackets a little differently instead of doing it based on region. Do like the legends are 1 seeds, then move down that way, but it's fine. We'll think about more next year. All right, Karen, we're already up here. Smokey versus Reveille.
I'm still going Reveille. But
I think I agree. I'll go with Reveille on this one.
All right. That was a quick decision. I'm surprised. I thought you were going to keep it on Smokey. I'm surprised.
No. So the problem with the dog division, right?
Yeah.
I felt like a lot of dogs were SEC schools, and I hate every SEC school that is not Alabama.
Well, you know what Alabama has to do now, right? Get a live elephant.
Get a live mascot. Don't worry. We'll be discussing this after the bracket. We have more topics to get to after this, Kieran.
Oh, all right.
But no, so Reveille, though, is cute. I love Smokey, though, but this is a democracy. I could go either way. So I think Dubs got screwed. Dubs would win this whole thing, though. So probably a good thing they got knocked out early. Next up, Peruna versus Tusk, Kieran.
Both could kill you, but Peruna has.
Exactly.
Yep. Horse versus horse. Love it.
Perfect. All right. Traveler versus the Notre Dame Leprechaun.
Ironically, a rivalry.
That's true.
So this is interesting. So what do we go with? Because they're both historic, it's a rivalry, and we both hate both schools. So how do we determine this?
I do not know. I hate USC just for joining the Big Ten. I think it's stupid. I hate Notre Dame for
being Notre Dame.
Personal reasons. I almost said religious reasons, but I'm like, I'm not going to say that because that's not true. And it makes it sound like I'm a member of the Orange Order, which I really can't. Would be very against the brand I'm trying to cultivate here. So, I feel like I owe an apology to the Irish after that. So the Leprechaun advances.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm cool with it.
And disagreements?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. Peruna versus Renegade.
Oh. Give me the Seminoles.
But
no. All right, come on. Give me your reason.
Peruna is a killer and will kill again.
Yes, I suppose she will.
That's the only reason. It's the only reason. Also, I don't know, Pony Express cocaine.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to bring that up. Yeah. All right, you've convinced me.
Peruna. All right, cool. Cocaine wins out again. All right, Reveille versus the Leprechaun. I don't feel that bad for the Irish.
Nope.
All right, Kieran, our final matchup. Peruna versus Reveille. Now, I think Peruna wins.
Okay.
By forfeit. Because Peruna already has an issue with killing other live mascots. I do not want Reveille anywhere near Peruna for this matchup, so I think Peruna wins.
You know, I thought I was going to have a well-constructed argument against that, but I actually don't. In order to save face, Peruna wins by default. I agree
exactly. With you. That's it. It's by default. Peruna wins.
What a picture.
Our live mascot bracket is won by Peruna the Murder Pony.
Fantastic. Oh, wonderful. Got there in the end. Didn't win the first bracket, but got there.
Got there. Arguably, I think this is the one that Peruna would rather. Well, Peruna might actually have won the other one. Because that one involved killing. And Peruna's all on board with that. But, Kieran, I did tease we had another topic to get to after this. And that is, which schools do we want to see have a live mascot? I don't really think there's much debate to have. I think we can just go back and forth.
Okay.
So, Kieran, what's the school that you think should have a live mascot?
Well, first of all of them, because that would objectively be the most insane thing to have to try and do. Specifically, the Penn State Nittany Lion, which is technically, and I believe, it is extinct. So you would have to find DNA, clone it, and recreate it from scratch.
That's fair. I think also UAB would also have a tough time considering they're the Dragons.
Yeah, just a big lizard.
Oh, that's a cop-out. I do think
if we can make hold on. If we can make a lizard breathe fire, will you accept it?
If it can humanely do it.
There's nothing humane about what they're gonna do to that lizard.
No,
you have to accept a little bit of abuse.
Kita, stop listening.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like once they figure it out, then it's human.
Oh, yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah, that's the end result is what I care about here. Alabama, obviously, with the elephant. Greg Byrne, you coward. He is constantly asked about this and constantly says, no, we're not doing it. I hate it.
Tulane, the green wave, just find a hydroelectric plant and just spray green food dye in it. There's your live mascot.
That's true. I do think Syracuse, I'd want to see what they would do. The color orange. Make it happen.
Yeah, how would you make that happen? How would you make a sentient color?
Again, I do not care as long as the end results are humane.
Stanford tree, real easy one. Just get a tree.
Put it in the middle of the end zone.
No,
best middle linebacker.
At the 50. Just have teams run around it.
That's true. Akron, a kangaroo.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That'd be awesome.
That's such a good one.
Campbell, the Camels. I think that one would be less exciting than the kangaroo, but I think a camel would be interesting.
Yeah, agreed.
How would Toledo make it work? A sentient rocket?
You just stick AI in a rocket.
That's true.
And fire it off after every game, and somehow have it float back down like the SpaceX ones do.
Specifically fire it off towards Bowling Green.
Yeah, yes.
That's my favorite Toledo fact. They have a missile on campus, and it's pointed at Bowling Green.
That is very cool. What is a Ute?
I think it's a Native American from Utah.
Ah. Well, that should be easy then. That gets into the realm of
utility vehicle, according to.
Well, that's an Aussie thing. Yeah,
I'm in America.
I know. If you go say, hey, I've got a Ute in Australia, you mean like an SUV or truck or something like that.
Yeah, it's according to the University of Utah, it is Ute. It's a tribe in Utah.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So now for UMass, would you need a time machine or just someone dressed up like a Minuteman?
Given that the Mountaineers, the West Virginia Mountaineers, have a guy, I think you can just dress him up.
Okay. Okay, cool. So
one we're forgetting. The Oregon Ducks. That is super simple. Just get a mallard.
That's true. Boise State. You have O.J. Simpson driving around a Bronco.
That's so messed up.
I'm sure when I first said that, you're like, yeah, a horse. Like,
yeah, that's all I thought. I was like, yeah, well, obviously, that's not totally unreasonable. Oh, the this obviously the South Carolina Gamecocks.
They have one. They have Sir Spur.
Oh yeah, of course.
Or,
I can't believe I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm just thinking of their like mascot that they have on the sidelines, not actually the one that they keep in a cage.
That's fair.
Yeah.
The same thing though. Chauncey the Chanticleer for Coastal Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
The Raging Cajuns. Their mascot is a Cayenne, but I think you just need to get someone from the Bayou.
Mm-hmm. Wisconsin Badgers. I feel like that's an easy one.
That is an easy one. Minnesota did.
Yeah.
Minnesota did like tweet an April Fool's joke saying they were going to get a live gopher mascot, and I hate when schools do that, and it's a really good idea.
Yeah, like just Wisconsin Badgers and name it Chuck. Like that's a toss up. That's an easy one.
That's very true. I saw another one that. Oh, Florida. The Gators.
Yeah. Of course, yeah, that's a great one.
That I feel like basically just if you have an animal map, like an animal thing, or even not an animal, just get a thing, get a living example.
Okay, I have one for you. Hawaii, the Rainbow Warriors.
Are you about to say something that gets us canceled?
Yeah, probably.
All right, that's our show. That's our show. Those are our shenanigans. Thank you for sticking around. Also, Belly Up is running their Belly Up Madness, Belly Up bracket. I don't know if we can call it Belly Up Madness. That's what I've been calling it on the post, though. And we're in it. We did not get first rounded. We actually got a first round bye. So we didn't get second rounded, but follow Belly Up Sports on Twitter and Instagram and do all the voting there on the Instagram stories and just the Twitter polls. Polls are open for 24 hours each, and then we calculate the total votes gotten by each show, and the winner moves on. I don't know if the winner gets anything, but I want to win.
Bragging rights.
Like winning things. Yes. And we did well in the first bracket. We got more votes than a lot of shows had in their total voting.
Let's go.
So keep voting. Also follow Tailgate on the Quad on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Quad Tailgate. And everyone have a good, safe, fun weekend. And make good choices. And if you see a feral hog, do not bother it. Back away slowly.
Yes, very true. See ya.
They're eating the dogs, Kieran, in Tuscaloosa.
They're eating the dogs.
You know that?
They were eating
the dogs.
Oh, a meth raccoon.
Yeah.
Just awful. There is nothing good about this. It's the worst possible scenario for the CFP, for the national championship.
Notre Dame is a mid-program with really good marketing.
And the Michigan players are going to look at that, and anybody who's committing to Michigan in the next years and just go, I want to beat them even more. Like, I wanted to beat them when I first came to the school. Recruits are going to see this.
You have, as some fans have put it, a mascot flashing their pop tussie out.
Oh, God, that's going to be part of our intro next year. Oh, shit.